Phonics, short and long vowel sounds. We will start with the long vowel sounds. Long vowel sounds in English are the same as the name of the letter. Long sounds: A, E, I, O, and U. We often form these sounds by using combinations of vowels such as the double E spelling, which forms the E sound. As we study the long vowel sounds, letter by letter, we will discover the various spelling patterns that make these sounds. Let's take a look at these sounds. In the parentheses below, the long sounds are represented using Spanish phonics. If Spanish isn't your first language, or if you don't speak Spanish, you can just listen and practice along with me. Let's practice. A, E, I, O, and U. Now you give it a try. Here are the rules for the long sounds. The rules for the long vowels. Long vowel rule number 1. When a word has two vowels, usually the first vowel says its name, and the second vowel is silent. Long vowel rule number 2. If a word has a vowel and comes at the end of the word, that word usually has a long vowel sound. Here are some examples of vowel combinations that form long sounds. When we have the long pattern of vowel, consonant, E ending, this forms a long sound for the first vowel, and the E ending is always silent. Here we have the patterns A consonant E, O consonant E, I consonant E, U consonant E, and E consonant E. Below are some words that use this spelling pattern: make, hope, like, use, and Pete. And Pete is a name in English, short for Peter. Next we have the double E spelling pattern. This forms the long sound E. You pronounce it just like the letter of the name, E. Some examples: C, tree, and B. Next, we have the spelling combination OA. OA makes the sound O. Some examples: oat, oak, and boat. Very different than the Spanish pronunciation of this combination of letters. English combinations have a different sound. Next, we have the OE spelling pattern. This also makes the sound O, just like the name of the letter. Here are some sample words: toe and Joe. Joe is a name in English, short for Joseph. Next, we have the spelling pattern A and I, AI. This combination forms the long A sound. You pronounce it A, as in train, mail, and rain. Next is the spelling combination AY. This also makes a long A sound, as in A. Okay. Day, pay, say, play. Last, we have the UE combination. UE makes the sound U, as in true, blue, and Sue. Sue is also a name. It's a short name for Susan. These are just a few of the long vowel sound combinations that are possible. As you can see, is very different than Spanish or other language systems you might know. The spelling and letter combinations can be quite different. But with practice, you'll be able to do well. Again, we have our long vowel chart with a few more examples. Let's practice together. A, E, I, O, U. Now you try. Very good. Below we have some examples of words with those sounds. Break, eel, bike, boat, and unicorn. Again, in the parentheses, we have the Spanish phonics that make those sounds. If Spanish isn't your first language, or you don't speak Spanish, don't worry, you can just listen and follow along. Long sounds: A, E, I, O, and U. Now we are going to study the short vowel sounds. The short vowel sounds are very different than Spanish or any other language. In the parentheses, the sounds are represented using Spanish phonics. Unfortunately, the U sound doesn't exist in Spanish, so we will just have to listen and practice saying it a lot. Little by little, you can do it. It's difficult at first, but in time, it will become easier. Here we go. Listen first and then try. For the letter A, the short sound is ah, ah, ah. Now you try. For the letter E, the short sound is eh, eh, eh. The short sound for the letter I in English is I, I, I. The short sound for the letter O, ah, ah, ah. And last but not least, the letter U. The short sound for the letter U in English is uh. Okay, let's do it again, but you do it with me, okay? Ah, eh, I, ah, Now you try. Don't worry if this is difficult at first, because these sounds are very different from what you may know. But I know in time you can do it. Just keep trying. And now the rules for the short vowel sounds. Short vowel rule. When there is a vowel in a word, at the beginning of the word or between two consonants, it usually has a short vowel sound. There are always exceptions to phonics rules. Below are some examples of the short vowel sounds. At, net, big, not, and bus. Now you try. Very good. Let's practice one more time with some examples below. A, I, ah, and apple, egg, in, on, and up. Now you try. You can always replay this video and also pause the video when you want to practice. And you are always welcome to practice, practice, and then practice again to get it just right. In the next lesson, we will go into more details and cover the short and long sounds letter by letter. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you.